Like any first day in full pads, second week of camp, how have you felt things are going?
I think things are going extremely well for the first 2 weeks. I think we're building something special, offensively, defensively, and the special team. So I think things are really coming together in the first 2 weeks of practice.
New offensive coordinator for you with Coach Bell. What about his offense do you think will lead to the success for the offense this year?
What's going to lead us to the success is our run game and our pass game. I think in the pass game we're very explosive, and in our run game, we got veteran line. So we have a plethora of running backs that's going to be able to get it done this year, and then being able to ball fake that and throw it over defenses' heads is going to be a big thing this year too. In our receiver room, we got a lot of explosive players, including myself, and it's going to look completely different than last year. It's going to be a lot more explosive.
One thing you'll have going into this year is you'll know who the starting quarterback is with Hunter or Hayden Wolf, and what about his game and what about your game worked so well that led to so many receptions and yards last season?
I think we both played a lot of games over our career. I was at the FCS level, he was at FBS at Old Dominion, and I was at Sacred Heart. But for the most part, we played a lot of games. He's a poised quarterback. He has tons of experience, whether he played or not. So he knows the game. He's been through a whole bunch of different offensive coordinators, and I had about 3 so far in my career. But it connects because we played a lot of games. I'm very poised. I'm very detailed in what I do, and so is he. So it just trickles down from him to our receiver group too as well. So it's just going to be a lot more receptions all throughout the the receiver room. But that's how me and him connect very well too.
So with today being the first day in full pads, and then you get the scrimmage on Saturday, how do you keep the excitement tempered? Because the season's only a couple weeks away.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. Being able to get some hitting on for the most part, and we just find out where we're at offensively and defensively, how physical we are, and in the special teams game. So it's really exciting being able to put full pads on and getting after it for everybody.
Handful of new faces in the receiver room as well, be they transfers or freshmen. What have the new guys added to what is a good core of wide receivers on this team?
They added a lot of speed, experience for the most part. I know Jordan Parker came from another FBS, Bugs as well. KV's back. So, we got a lot of good depth in the receiver room, whether there's going to be no drop-off. So Hayden has a lot more targets to work with. Downfield throws, we have a lot of more downfield throws, as you probably saw in practice. We're pretty connected from receiver group to the quarterbacks and everything, but there's a lot more explosiveness coming out of the receiver room.
All right, thanks, Kenny.
Yep, thank you.
Addison, the offensive line is kind of the only group that really didn't lose much from the offseason. What is the depth on that unit like, and how excited are you to get things going here in a couple weeks?
I'm really excited. We got a lot of guys returning, all 5 guys who all played last year. We turned some really key guys for our backups who will get great minutes in, but we got great depth with our freshmen coming in and guys who were redshirted last year that are big up for us.
You've been a guy that's started the last couple of seasons, but you see a guy like John Hofer who worked himself in quite a bit last year. What is that experience for him going to do for this season for him?
Johnny improves every single day. He's the guy who comes in at a great energy every day, and he just pushes our older guys. Sometimes we're sore, we're tired, but John always comes out yelling and screaming, and he's excited to play the game. He loves the game, and he helps the freshmen all the time. He's a real leader of the game. He's definitely gonna be a coach when he gets older. He's a great guy. I love playing with Johnny.
Second year under Coach Mendelson. How has he helped your game improve over these past 2 years?
He's a great coach. Everything he does, he's not a big yeller. He's a really great enforcer. He tells us what to do, how to do it, but also he treats us like adults. We know we're older. He treats us like we're older. We played a lot of ball, and he helps us on our fine details of trying to get better.
Returning Jalen Buckley, freshman All-American, now a Doak Walker Award watch list candidate.
Sweet.
But you added some other talented running backs there behind you. Obviously with Keyshawn King and then Oldie returning as well. How excited are you going to be to block for that group?
It feels awesome. Any running back that they put out there, we'll do our best. Try to get 1,000 yards for maybe multiple backs this year. So that's our goal, yeah.
And then, first year under Coach Bell, What have you seen the offense doing and developing, and what do you like from it?
Oh, I love Coach Bell. Everything he preaches about. He's literally like one of us. I mean, he loves to run the football, and everything comes off run the ball. So passing, play action, stuff like that. So it all starts with us up front, though. So we dominate the line of scrimmage to set up everything else.
All right, thanks, Addison.
Thank you.
All right, talking offense with offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach Walt Bell. Coach, second week of camp, first day at full pads. What have you liked out there so far?
It's been competitive. We have a great group of kids. They learn well. Everything that we're asking them to do, they're trying to do to the best of their ability. There's much more consistency than in the spring, which is what you'd expect with a group of kids that had a whole spring and a summer. So we're excited about where we are right now, but we still have a long way to go.
Added a lot of new pieces even from spring ball. What have those guys brought to the offense in terms of energy and hard work?
Yeah, I mean, Jay Nixon will be a huge help in the running back room. Mr. Murphy, offensive lineman from Notre Dame, again, another big interior body that's probably flexible enough to play tackle at times, and so we're excited about those two guys and think that they will definitely contribute for us in the fall.
When you took this job and you saw that offensive line and who was returning, how excited were you to see it's such a veteran group and they're ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, if you're good up front, you have a chance to be good. Because if you can run the ball, you can stop the run, block kicks and cover kicks, you have a chance to be a good football team. And knowing that we have a veteran group that's played a bunch of snaps, we've got 5 or 6 linemen that have played a lot of football. That's huge for us, and so we're really excited about that group. We've got to stay healthy, but we have to do the things required to be a good run football team when it counts.
In addition to the offensive line, what are some of the strengths that you've seen develop through camp for this offense?
Yeah, I think we have a really good group of tight ends. We've got 3 or 4 guys, really honestly 5 that are kind of competing right now for reps. We've got good multi-purpose tools in that group, guys that can kind of play detach and flex, guys that are more inline, guys that are off the ball, so we've got a good mixed group there. We're veteran, we're smart. We've got a lot of game experience at receiver as well, and then we've got a pretty deep running back room. So excited about the skill pieces, to the perimeter of the O-line, and again, but we've still got a lot of work to do and prepare as hard as we can to get ready for a season.
Hayden Wolf, I think you're his 7th or 8th offensive coordinator in his career. His ability to adapt to that, what does that speak in terms of maturity and preparation into the kind of guy that he is?
Well, I think for him, he's been around so much football, he's been exposed to so much offense, and there comes a realization in your career where football is football, 4 verticals is 4 verticals, inside zone is inside zone. The majority of the concepts in football, everybody else does, and so I think for him, it just gives him a big knowledge base to compare and contrast and pull from. But he's an unbelievable preparer. He works really, really hard. He's so diligent. And so excited about where he is mentally and where he'll go from here.
Him and Kenny Womack had a huge bit of chemistry last year. Have you seen that from them in the spring and now heading into fall camp?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we've got a veteran group of receivers. You've got Kenny, you've got Sam Bucci, Malik Dilladon is doing a great job right now. Bugs Mortimer. We've got a pretty good Jordan Parker, Kavion Mack. Those 6 guys are a really good nucleus for us right now, and so we're excited about that group. But Kenny's played so much ball, Sam Bucci's played so much ball, and so we've got a good mix of veterans and guys that have played but are excited to play more football.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.